Okay, you have your NFL Week 8 power ranking. So starting off at number 10, we're gonna have the Seattle Seahawks back on this list. A very impressive win by the Seattle Seahawks. Against the Atlanta Falcons, a decent team. That Seahawks defense finally healthy again, looks really good. Their offense, Gino continues to be very good. Kenneth Walker continues to be very good. I think that Seahawks, now that they're starting to get healthy, they're finding their groove again like they did earlier in the season, especially their defense. They looked really good against a good Atlanta Falcons offense. So the Seahawks getting healthier, and that's good. And then number 9, you're going to have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, Steelers, they have a 5-2 record, and before I didn't think their team was that good despite the record, but these last couple of weeks, I think the Steelers' offense has really come alive. Um, Justin Fields got benched, but then Russ came in and did honestly better than Fields did. That offense, Pickens had a great game. Steelers defense is the same as always, a good defense, and but it's their offense that I think has coming alive. They've been scoring points. They put 30 something points against the Jets, so I'm really impressed by that Steelers defense or that Steelers offense. Number 8, I'm gonna have the Buffalo Bills up 2 spots. Bills, they continue to look good against bad teams. Tennessee Titans, they dominated. Josh Allen continues to be very efficient. James Cook is good. The Bills defense can't turn it on, but the Bills, they're missing a signature win against a playoff contender. All the wins have been coming against like not great opponents, so that's the reason why they're lower here. And then number 7, I'm gonna have the Washington Commanders staying where they are. I wanted to put them higher up, but they played the Panthers, and I know they look good against the Panthers, but they're the Panthers. Jaden Daniels got injured, so that's a huge minus for them. However, that Commanders offense still looks very, very good. Brian Robinson's having himself, like I said, underrated season right now. The Commanders defense, not horrible, but not great. At number 6, I'm going to have the Houston Texans dropping 2 spots, losing to the Packers. Texans, their passing offense really does not function without Nico Collins. Like, CJ Stroud had a terrible game. Joe Mixon is very, very good. But that pass offense is a passing league now, does not look good without Nico. So that offense not as explosive as I expected, and that defense is good but not dominant. So I have them at 6. They're still 5-2. Then number 5, I'm gonna have the team that beat the Texans, the Packers. Packers, honestly, they look pretty good. They're pretty well rounded. Their defense has been playing really good. Like I said, they slow down that Texans passing attack. Still gotta fix that run D though. But that defense has looked really good. That offense is humming. Jordan Love has got to cut down those turnovers a little bit, but their offense and defense both look good, so I have them at 5. Number 4, I'm going to have the Minnesota Vikings dropping 2 spots. They lost to the Lions, but it was a good effort. That Vikings defense, despite giving up a ton of yardage, a ton of points, did score on a fumble. So that's good. That Vikings defense has played really out of their minds this year. That offense, even though at times does not look very good, their offense I think is a good offense that can be stopped by elite defenses, but they're still very well rounded. Number 3, I'm gonna have the Detroit Lions up 2 spots. They've looked like the best team the last 3 weeks. Their defense, even though they lost touch, they managed to slow down the Vikings, and their offense to me was the most exciting thing. Their offense looks elite right now. Goff the last 3 weeks has been perfect, and that Lions offense really, really probably the best offense the last 3 weeks. So I have the Lions at 3. Number 2, I'm gonna have Baltimore Ravens up a spot. Honestly, next to the Lions, they look like the second best team. But they also have 2 losses. But the Ravens have 2 losses. They're on what, a 5-game win streak, 4-game win streak. They beat the Buccaneers. The only reason the Ravens are not number 1 right now is because their weaknesses are kind of problematic. That offensive line, the secondary, has not improved, but their strengths are really strong. Lamar's having himself a great season. That secondary, or that defensive line is having themselves a good season. So the Ravens at 2. Then teams that dropped out is the 2 NFC South teams, Bucks and the Falcons. Falcons, obviously, like I talked earlier, they got destroyed by the Seahawks. That Buccaneers, even though they only lost by 10 against the Ravens, their offense lost both Godwin and Mike Evans. Their defense just is not that good, so I'm going to have to drop them out. Then number 1, you have the Kansas City Chiefs. Even though they might not look like the best team in the NFL right now, they are 6-0. They find ways to win. I think their defense needs to be talked about more. Their defense is giving them wins. And their offense, they still put up 28 points despite Mahomes having himself a terrible game, no wide receivers. So I find that really impressive. They know how to score, and it might not look pretty, but they're 6-0. So there you have it, man. Of Week 8 power rankings.